You don't remember it because you saw it. You remember it because you heard it. That slow, mechanical whir. The slight vibration through your hand. The way the handle pushed back, just enough to remind you this wasn't automatic. Somewhere behind you, a classroom hummed quietly. Papers rustled. A teacher spoke. But for a few seconds, none of that mattered, because your pencil was dull, and this little machine was about to fix it. Mounted to the edge of a desk or a wall, the hand crank pencil sharpener wasn't just a tool. It was a ritual. A pause in the day. A sound that meant learning was happening. Today, that sound has almost vanished. But for nearly a century, it shaped classrooms, offices, and childhoods across the world. Welcome back to Retro Treasure Unearthed, where we rediscover the ordinary objects that quietly shaped how generations lived, worked, and learned. Today's object doesn't blink, buzz, or light up. It doesn't need electricity. It doesn't rush you. It's the hand crank desk pencil sharpener, a simple machine that once stood at the center of everyday life. To understand why something so small mattered so much, we need to go back to a time before convenience was instant, when even sharpening a pencil took intention. Before the machine. Before mechanical pencil sharpeners existed, sharpening a pencil was an act of trust, and sometimes, frustration. People used knives, pocket blades, razors. In schools, children carefully shaved away wood, hoping the lead wouldn't snap at the last second. One wrong angle, and the pencil was ruined. As pencils became essential tools for writing, accounting, drafting, and education throughout the 1800s, this slow and unreliable process became a problem. Time was wasted. Supplies were lost. And classrooms needed order. The pencil was modernizing, but the way we sharpened it wasn't. Birth of the hand crank sharpener. By the mid-19th century, inventors began experimenting with mechanical solutions. Early sharpeners were small and handheld, but they lacked precision and durability. Everything changed when industrial manufacturing caught up. Cast iron, steel gears, and precision blades made it possible to build something heavier, something permanent. The desk-mounted hand crank sharpener emerged not as a convenience, but as an institution. Once mounted, it stayed there. It belonged to the room, not the student. A classroom fixture and symbol of authority. In schools, the hand crank sharpener quickly became part of daily routine. Often, there was only one. Sometimes, it was placed near the teacher's desk, not by accident. Sharpening your pencil meant standing up, asking permission, and walking across the room. It was a moment of visibility. A small act, but one tied to discipline, patience, and timing. Teachers knew the sound instantly. Too fast meant broken lead. Too slow meant wasting time. In offices, the same machine took on a different meaning. Mounted to solid wood desks, it signaled professionalism and permanence. These were tools built for years of use, often passed down rather than replaced. Brands like Boston and Absco became trusted names, not because they were flashy, but because they worked. Engineering without electricity. Inside the sharpener, there was no mystery, only mechanics. Turning the handle rotated hardened steel cutters, carefully angled to shave wood evenly while protecting the graphite core. Gears translated hand motion into precision. Nothing happened unless you made it happen. That feedback taught something subtle but important. Go too fast, and you'd hear the crunch of a broken tip. Go too slow, and the point came out uneven. It wasn't just sharpening a pencil, it was learning control. A global, shared experience. From American classrooms to European drafting rooms, from Asian schools to government offices, the same design appeared again and again. Different languages. Different cultures. Same sound. For decades, the hand crank sharpener quietly connected people around the world through a shared experience, one turn of the handle at a time. There was always that one student who turned the handle too long. grinding away, ignoring the line behind them, filling the tray with shavings. And then there was the smell. Fresh wood. Warm graphite. Something unmistakably school-like. Some teachers assigned pencil sharpening as a responsibility. Others banned it during lessons entirely. But no matter the rules, the sharpener remained, waiting. For many of us, it was a short break from our seat. A reason to stand. A moment of focus away from the page. Today, we rarely interact with machines like that, machines that ask us to slow down, to feel resistance, to listen. The quiet disappearance. The hand crank sharpener didn't disappear overnight. Pens replaced pencils. Plastic sharpeners became cheap and disposable. Electric models promised speed without effort. Eventually, digital devices removed the need altogether. Maintenance mattered too. Blades dulled. Gears jammed. Schools wanted less responsibility, not more. By the late 20th century, many of these sharpeners were quietly removed, unscrewed from desks, placed into storage, or thrown away. No announcement. No farewell. Just silence. The hand crank pencil sharpener reminds us of a time when tools didn't hide the process, they invited us into it. You turned the handle. You felt the resistance. You earned the sharp point. If you ever come across one in an old school, a flea market, or a forgotten storeroom, stop for a moment. Turn the handle. That sound isn't just mechanical, it's memory. If you enjoyed this journey into everyday history, like, subscribe, and join us next time on Retro Treasure Unearthed.